Hello everybody, I'm back. So today I'm going to talk about the big bombshell that dropped yesterday when Mike Babcock was officially fired, relieved, if you will, of his duties as Toronto Maple Leafs head coach. And what is this going to mean for the Leafs? We're going to get right into it. So if we're going to take a look at the Leafs record first this season, it's been very unimpressive. They've lost their last 6 games. It's been very well documented, their recent form and their form this entire calendar year, where they've played 65 regular season games and they are 22nd in points for percentage, which isn't very good when you consider the team they have, the squad they have. So there had to be some change, and I think they did the right move. I would have fired Babcock as well, because I think there were 3 things the Leafs could have done. They could have either fired Babcock, which they did. They could have either fired Dubas, or they could have made a big trade. I'm thinking maybe Nylander, although I think that would have been very stupid, but it could have been a solution. So I'm happy they went with, in my view, the correct decision with firing Babcock and giving the head coach role to Sheldon Keefe. And when you look at the Leafs statement, this isn't just a temporary solution. The statement says head coach, not interim head coach, so I'm guessing this is the permanent solution until maybe they fire him down the road. And I think it's a really interesting decision to go with Sheldon Keefe. He's been down in the Marlies as their head coach since 2015, and he had success with them, winning the Calder Cup, which some of the players are with the Leafs now, like Andreas Johnson and Kasper Kapanen. So I think he knows the team pretty well. And what I think is the most interesting part is that this team, the Maple Leafs now, are completely Dubas' team. He's made his signings, he's made his trades, and Babcock was the only significant piece of the team, of the organization, that Dubas didn't sign. So now going forward, I think the most interesting part is, how is this Maple Leafs team gonna progress? How is this gonna develop? And it's all down to Dubas now. It's all down to his construction of the team, his signings. And it's also gonna be pretty interesting to see where Babcock ends up, if he's gonna take another job in the NHL as a head coach, if he's gonna take some sort of scouting role or some sort of assistant GM role. We'll see what happens, and we'll see how the Leafs are gonna react to this now, because some of their big players have only played for one coach in the NHL. I mean, Matthews only played for Babcock, for example. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they react. And some people want to draw parallels to the St. Louis Blues last year, because they fired their head coach and went on to win the Stanley Cup. I don't think that's gonna happen. Those are very, very rare occasions. So I think you need to slow down a bit if you're saying that, but the Leafs can definitely turn around and make the playoffs, even though, as of today, the Leafs only have a 24.4% chance of making the playoffs, according to moneypuck.com. So instead of trying to draw parallels to the St. Louis Blues, I think you should focus on making the playoffs and go from there, and not getting this ahead of yourself. I think there's still some changes that need to be made to this team. They need to strengthen their defensive core. I'm still waiting for Tyson Barrie to do something. He looked pretty impressive in his first couple of games, and then he's just gone AWOL, it seems. So they need to sort that out. Maybe Sheldon Keefe can do that. We will see. But overall, I think you should be pretty excited if you're a Leafs fan, even though this season has been massively underwhelming. I still think there's some light. I mean, the team on paper is really good. So if Keefe can turn around, it could probably be a pretty good season, but we will see, as always. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about Babcock, what you think about Dubas, what you think about the Leafs as a whole in the comments below. And I thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.